people, welcome back to the final game of our day, week 7 at day 1. We've got Team Asorth versus Falcon Esports. It's bird on bird action here on Friend or Foe. My name is Chris Sunga. I'm going to be your play-by-play caster today, and here with me on the color is Mr. Fang over Fang. How are you, sir?
I'm good after last game. I'm hoping for a good game as well.
Yeah. Last game was pretty hot. There's a couple hot moments. The game before that, the INT FOF game, was the one that kind of, I feel like, got everyone pretty hyped. And I feel like I should have bet points on that, man. I didn't get a chance. The odds were too good. Yasuo being taken up by Team Asorth. Nice stable for TAS. Every single one of those players that you're seeing on that screen on TAS' side plays Yasuo a lot. So, Yasuo instant pickup for Team Asorth.
They are big fans of the Yasuo Yone. We've seen the Gua and Ambu actually played Yasuo Yone against Yubi.
Yeah.
The most infamous match probably in the entire Mythic League, where both teams were just straight trolling.
Yep, and Zach Wukong taken up for first rotation for FEC. Good to sort of relate to everyone. Paytime and Camel Basel and Beshiwap are playing today's games, it looks like. And they have some substitutes playing this week, and it's starting to, from what I understand, it's mostly because of graduation and stuff. Like, some high schoolers are on this team are graduating, which, of course, please prioritize your graduation over Friend or Foe, please. I would have been very, very upset with FEC if they decided to play this match instead of going to their graduation. But that being said, that means we have no idea what to expect out of FEC. Draft could go anywhere, but Zach and Wukong being taken over from FEC, those are actually really staple picks from them. And Nar picked up by TAS, something new for K1.
Huge congratulations to FEC members, of course. I'm graduating from preschool the next month as well.
Right.
So
yeah,
we line up perfectly. Yeah, well,
so
I was trying to graduate. I was trying to graduate to elementary, but they said that I need to learn my vowels better.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
It's important,
Yeah. And then the Lee Sin taking over from side of Team TAS. Not going to be a Lee Sin top, most likely, since they've already locked in the Nar. So that means Hismei is most likely playing that Lee Sin. I'm excited to see that. We've seen so many TAS members go balls to the wall plays on any champion that they have, and it looks like Yasuo, Nar, Lee Sin. That's going to be TAS' opener in this draft, and I wouldn't expect less. Lissandra picked up by FEC on the back.
Lee Sin can go mid, but like you said, I expect it to be going to the jungler role. Nar should be going top. That means I expect either Yasuo would be mid or bot lane. A lot of CC on the side of FEC right now. Wukong, of course, shot to Sherigan, who's his favorite champion. Wukong probably going to the top lane. Lissandra will be mid, and jungle will be Zach, of course. So there's going to be a line pick. They're going to save last pick for bot when it comes to FEC.
Yeah, most likely. And Yasuo, that, some people who haven't seen TAS play before, they might assume that's a mid lane. That most likely is going to be a bot lane. Yasuo, Gua is most likely to take that. They've played Yasuo 80 carry, I think, 3 or 4 times now. I can't remember off the top of my head. But overall, TAS is going to be rounding out their bans slowly but surely. Vayne, Kaisa bans, 80 carry bans coming out from both sides so far. And we have no idea what FEC substitutes are like yet. We have no idea other than looking at their OPGGs, the general scouts and whatnot. So I'm excited to see them play.
It's always the best when you see new members come to teams. Of course, we get to see new playstyles and
yeah.
Okay, Tristana. Interesting why they didn't pick support yet, unless they're going for something real spicy, going Zach support or Lissandra support. But the last pick support. Interesting. I'm really wanting to see what they're gonna support.
Yeah, interesting. I guess they're saving it for last, so we'll see shortly. But this draft going on very slowly, very calmly. Everyone kind of waiting into the last single-digit seconds here. Alistar being picked up by TAS. Alistar going over to Onbo. Great support, great player, veteran player. Was a grand finalist, of course. Back then, different rank restrictions at the time, so it's a little bit higher level now. But Onbo still keeping up with the cool kids, I would say. Picking up that Alistar. Yeah, go for it.
Alistar is a good into Tristana bot as well. You can WQ when Tristana does her WE, which I believe that you played earlier, no? With the Alistar.
I did play that. Yeah, I think I pulled off that WE once.
Unfortunately, it's support gap as always.
What the? Dude, you're so fired again, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
It's my fifth
man.
time being fired.
I guess I'm solo casting today. Yeah, producers, do you mind just muting Fang over Fang for me for a second? This is just gonna be a solo cast. That's good, thank you so much. Alright guys, welcome back to Friend or Foe. Diana picked by Team TAS. Sorry, this is a solo mission. Now FEC picks Braum as their final pick. My predictions on this. Alright Brendan, you're not gonna be fired anymore. You're rehired, Fang or Fang. What are your thoughts on this draft? Who's gonna take it in the end?
I'm gonna go FEC. I'm gonna put 10K because I'm a freaking gambler, and they can never ever ban me. I'm too powerful.
Okay, sure, man. Fang over Fang says, you said FEC, sorry?
Yeah, FEC. Did they do the bets? Kyle, HR, hello.
Okay, producers, get those predictions on team. So many people are getting fired, man, right when I'm on stream, guys. Come on.
Wow.
That's okay.
Wow.
That being said, TAS, FEC, let's get into the game. Let's get onto the Rift. Let's take a look at these new substitutes. Let's see what they have to play. We're going to do a little bit of reordering because I believe PC Vita and Aliot, I hope I'm saying that right, need to be swapped. And pay time with a nice rainbow. And that's going to be the opening or the final game for our day-to-day TAS versus FEC. The only big important key points here are that if TAS win both their game today against FEC and win against INT tomorrow, then there is a chance that they will have to do a tiebreaker against Team Sword for the final playoff spot, which, I mean, that's gonna be a high point if it ends up happening. FEC, on the other hand, looking to, since INT got that free win earlier from that auto forfeit, FEC is looking to just even up the score. Should they win this one, it'll give them a comfortable spot for second seed. If they lose it, there's a chance INT might snatch it away from them. So, looking forward to playoffs. We're in our final week. These are the last 2 days to figure out the seeding. Everyone's played each other at least twice after tomorrow. And everyone's going to start playing BO3s, BO5s. It'll be a fun time.
Which is much different from the best of ones. Do you expect? I think that the better team will be coming out when it comes to the best of threes and best of fives. So I'm really interested to see how the newcomers of the league, like FEC is a newcomer, UB is a newcomer, how they adapt to the best of five and the best of three format.
Yeah. And I know both teams, people like UB, people like FEC, Spear, Sword, they're all used to, even though they're new to our league, they're not new to competition. They've played leagues, they played Clash. So I'm excited to see them in a best of three scenario. Best of ones, obviously, when we're in the season, right, and we're all only doing best of ones, it hurts to lose, but in a best of three, best of five, we're going to see how well these teams can shake it off. But early game, what are your expectations so far on the side of, on either side of TAS or FEC?
I want to see if this bot lane can bully Gua. Right now, I don't think they've autoed him once, which is a big mistake. Alistar is one of the most useless champions at level 1, and they have not gotten much.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Two advantage right here in the bot lane.
Yeah, that was a nice dodge by Guo
headbutt.
to dodge the Braum Q right there. He also tornadoed Paytime before he could jump. Paytime and Aliot had that level 2 advantage right now. They were able to count to 9 and could have gotten something, but well played by Guo.
Well played by Anbud, of course. The
Yeah.
headbutt him out. Smart to know that Tristanum's going to jump. They got the level 2 advantage on FEC. Good job to jump in. Blah 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 blah. You get the point.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice attempt. They played it really well, and that's about it. Had FEC gotten that tag onto Yasuo, there's a chance Paytime could have exploded him and Gua could have died level 1, which would have been astronomically amazing for FEC. But in the end, TAS knew what to do to respond, and that's the Gua Onbo, special.
The Gua Onbo special, one of the most aggressive bot lanes in all of Heroic and Mythic, actually. They play a lot of weird champions. Like you said, Gua has played Yasuo so many times, which is, of course, one of my favorite champions to go bot. If you want to have fun, pick Yasuo. It's so fun to play. And I think Team Asterith, who was a finalist last year, I think that, and they're missing their jungler, Yoni, who I think is not playing League, unfortunately, anymore.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to them, usually before games, they talk about how much they miss their boy.
Yeah, and all the viewers, they miss Yoni too. And there's actually an exchange in the mid lane. Beshiwap gets a nice Zac gank and forces Shadow's flash. Hisme. He was there, but got countered for him. Unlucky for him.
One of my good friends who is a former jungler, who was like a Zac main, he talks to me about this all the time. What makes a good Zac player is their Qs. Their Q, what you headbutt into people and that kind of thing. So I'm interested to see what Beshiwap does with up to Zach. I think the Qs are very important when it comes to this champion. His slingshots, of course, which is his E. And Hizme, who is actually kind of in a slight counter matchup, because Zach is very weak to invades. His clear is very slow. So Hizme, I want to see if he can get into that jungle. If I hear.
They're actually going to go aggressive onto Aelia right there, but Beshiwap was hiding under the wings. Aelia was just clearing vision for him. That's an exhaust coming onto Gua. Paytime gets first blood on the Tristana. Nice gank from them. Nice patience using Beshiwap to just wait until that vision was gone. And Gua and Onbo felt a little too comfortable in that position, and they got punished for it.
This is one of the big problems when you're playing Yasuo bot is it's a very aggressive pick, and you pretty much always have to be in the face, and you overextend very quickly. It's very hard to get out. Ganks especially is very susceptible to ganks. So unfortunately, really smart gank by Beshiwap and smart play by FEC.
Yeah, well played by them. So that being said, I mean now bot lane has a slight advantage over to Gua, and Gua, despite us, praising him being such an aggressive player or whatever, the bot lanes in FOF Season 3, I feel like have definitely upped their game compared to last season for both Heroic and Mythic, I would say. Granted, over in Mythic, I'd say there's a couple roster swaps that are happening a little too much, and we can't even tell who's bot lane sometimes. But at least everyone in Heroic is staying pretty consistent. This is going to be a nice slingshot gank from Beshiwap. Beshiwap's going to get that Q onto K1. He has nothing to latch onto, so K1's just going to be able to walk out of that.
Nice flash by Nar. Decent gank by Beshiwap. Like you said, he could not use his Q to hit the Q into the minions, which is what Zacs do most often when they're doing ganks. I want to see how Zach is going to attack this mid lane, because Lissandra is very good when it comes to setting up ganks, and Zach.
Yeah, Reggie goes a little aggressive. That's a nice flash to try to dodge the slow. It still hits, but it doesn't matter. Reggie's gets a solo kill on the K1, his debut game here on FEC.
Sherigan's favorite Wukong pick is stomping again. The crazy monkey getting solo kills after solo kills. Teams, I will speak for Sherigan this time since he is currently being muzzled. There's not allowed to speak. He's on mute. Please ban Wukong or figure out how to play against it.
Yeah, it seems to be a staple here in Heroic. Not a whole lot. Actually, no, in Mythic too. There's been a lot of Wukong. Zapate on SGR has played it a lot. And I know Ugly Barnacle's top laner. I think has played it a couple times. But well, kind of a staple. I mean, strong champion, of course. So pick or ban if you can't do it. And no one's expecting everyone to be pros, right? Like I feel like everyone, not everyone, but I know most teams have commented on this, saying that they feel like sometimes they have to really target ban specific people, and I feel like that's fine. It's not like in friend or foe we're dominated by like a specific meta or anything like that. Anything can really happen. But
it's interesting how they handle it. There's gonna be a gank right here. I guess he's just doing that to. There's going to be maybe a fight for Scuttle right here? No, he's going to give it up. It's interesting how FOF starts is a lot of people ban good champions, but I think that a lot more teams should be banning champions they can't play against. If you can't play against Wukong, then ban it. Like I don't know why I have to say that, but
there might be a pride factor to it. Like, no, I can't lane against Wukong. I can't do it.
Of course,
which I respect more, I would say.
And then you get your boy Fang over Vayne claiming you on CAS. So it's a good trade-off.
Improve, bro. Lose is improve.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wukong is a very lane-dominant champion. So you can theoretically punish him before he gets to level 6. He's very strong. Wukong he's interesting. I think that there's a lot of ways to punish him. He has a dash, of course. There's like these kind of things. I think Wukong's good in like Gnar and these kind of champions. So figure out. Of course, there's OP.TGs and these kind of things. You can see what is a good counter pick into Wukong.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, Wukong.
Off the top of my head, as he's typing.
Yeah, I don't even remember the counter matchups. I don't even remember the counter matchups.
Off the top of my head. Don't lie to these people, man. Lie to your partner. Don't lie to me, man.
No, wait, my partner as my significant other? Oh my goodness, I would never.
It's okay.
I actually don't know the counter. Okay, Nocturne, I guess, would be interesting.
Look, man, like, if you don't know, it's fine. We can accept it and move forward. I hear his typing. I don't know if the stream can hear it, but I hear his typing.
No, I would
Is
never.
gonna-
I can't type. Okay, I don't know
Okay.
how to type. I
All
told
right.
you, I'm still learning my vowels.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Shadow might get ganked right here. Elliot and Beshiwap are on the side right now, but they decide to call it off. It's gonna be fine. No one's trying to push any big advantage. Even FEC, even though they're so high up in the standings right now, even they don't want to lose a game just because the standings are so close. If you lose one game, there's a chance someone else is gonna take your spot in seeding. Onbo going for that Rift Herald roam right now while Hisme picks it up, and that means Paytime is just gonna be pushing up while Gua plays a little bit of weak side. Oh, Shadow's forced to flash by Beshiwap. Nothing to hook onto. No one on FEC smells this Rift Herald, so that's going to be a free pickup over by them.
There's going to be a dragon in a minute, and I want to see how people are going to handle this. Of course, you want to push lanes. Right now, top lane's push.
Yeah.
Look at this Narbar.
Gonna look into a big fight. Beshiwap decides to all in here. The rest of FEC is actually slowly coming up the river right now. More of TAS is here right now, so it's up to them to finish this fight out before they lose their numbers advantage. Oh, that headbutt Onbo, no! That's so tragic! Okay, oh, Paytime's just gonna get a double kill. Maybe a triple. Double kill for Wukong. Oh, you hate to see it. FEC gets 6 total kills in the game to TAS's 0 after that fight.
That is a fight that TAS could have played better mechanically. That should be a fight that they win 100%.
Whoa!
What?
Okay, Gua! Oh, okay, PC Vita uses the Solandra ulti to stay alive. That's going to be a nice dash over the wall to maybe deny vision, but they do see the ward. That's going to be Lissandra going to just back off. He's going to back in the bush. Gua walking away, perfectly fine. A little overzealous there, that's okay. Oh man, and it just keeps going. Beshiwap actually has a nice hook there. Gua has to flash forward, or flash backwards. Beshiwap gets knocked away. Onbo, man! You can't miss these combos. Hisme gets a nice Q on a Paytime. He goes in, completes the second Q. Beshiwap is getting really low. Paytime is on a rampage. Aliot's the only one in the middle of all of TAS right now. Zac passive gets popped. Onbo's gonna go down. Paytime's gonna move forward. Hisme's gonna go down. And that's gonna be FEC taking them down again. A fight just happened like a minute ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a perfect combination of how TAS plays as a team. They play very aggressive, they play very quickly, and this is the problem: is that they look at the goalie. It's 5K now. Game should be over. There should be not where they come back, and that's the problem with playing so aggressive. They need to calculate their aggression, and now the game should be over. There's gonna be a Gnar ulti right here just to push him away.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's looking a little grim for Team Asorth right now. If they lose this game, that means they're 100% out of playoffs. I believe there's no way they can catch up to Team Sword, who is, I believe, currently in 6th place. I'd have to double check. Onbo and Gua returning back to the bot lane. That being said, you know, TAS, if there was a time to make a comeback, this would be the game to do it, because you'd have to play against INT also if you wanted to secure playoffs. But I think in the end, FEC has a pretty good lead right now. I think this is probably going to go in their favor. Like,
I don't have to type to figure out what beats Wukong 3-0. It's pretty much nothing.
Okay, that's true.
He's very, very strong.
Your mouth checks out there, yeah.
He's a late dominant champion. He's 3-0, and he's a counter picking the Gnar, if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna be huge. His man with a gank right here.
Yeah, his man is 3 levels down. I don't think he'll fully commit to that though. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But hot statistic. Yeah. 3-0 Wukong. Not a lot of counters.
None. Not like I'm very surprised to see that.
Yeah. Oh, PC Vita ends up going aggressive, gets a nice stun onto Shadows. He has no flash, which means Beshiwap taking down at Shadows. This is going to be almost a free game for FEC at this point if they keep getting these advantages like this. And that's going to be Paytime. Oh, nice Yasuo ulti to block the Braum ulti. Paytime's actually getting engaged on right here by Gua. The ulti from Yasuo goes through. Gua's trying to dash forward. A TP coming out from FEC in response to this. Onbo gets tagged, so at most, Onbo's going to die. Gua, nice dash away, but that's going to be a nice Q from the Zac to be able to bring him back. Reggie's and Beshiwap roaming down to this bot lane to secure their lead. These guys aren't messing around. They don't care that they're 13-0 right now. They refuse to give anything to Team Asorth.
Yeah, Paytime with the WQ into a pretty much inting, and he just gets out because they're so far ahead. Nice TP by Wukong. It was a bit late, but flash Q insta dead because Wukong was a disgusting champion. It was 3-0. Good follow up by FEC. as I deep both
Yeah,
Shadows
and
right here.
oh, Shadows. Oh, it's so rough. Aliot and Reggie's end up getting the roam kill. It wasn't even the mid laner that took him down. It was the top laner and the support. God, you hate to see it. Beshiwap just taking control of TAS's jungle right now. Everyone on TAS kind of sharing the same scores, 0 kills and 0 assists, but all deaths at the moment. At least they die together, you know?
It isn't about the wins; it's about the friends made along the way.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think King Gator was kind of commenting on it before that he was saying something about like he felt like he made a lot of new friends after joining the season, which is really nice to hear. And all of TAS, they're all super nice to talk to. Don't speak a lot of English, but from the times I've talked to them, they've been mad nice. They've taught me a little bit of Vietnamese that I wouldn't be able to recite on stream. But Goa getting engaged on by PC Vita. That's so much damage. Instant solo kill from PC Vita right now. 15-0, almost a 10k gold lead at 15 minutes. It's starting to look like the game's just kind of over to FEC. Paytime and Aliot decide to go to the top side to break this down, have that extra turret pressure there. You can start to see TAS starting to roam towards this top side. That's a flash forward from Aliot to try to get that tag onto him. They do kill him, but Paytime might have to die here. Aliot also going to die since you have no flash anymore. That's it. He's dead. He's gone. TAS gets their first 2 kills of this game. Let's take a look at the replay, Brendan. Fang over Fang, break this down for me.
So our boy Chris right here is unfortunately having to do the 1v2 bot lane, the monster bot lane that I think Tristan is 7-1 at this point, 7-0. As we see a Zerber. The passive on the Braum is the really important part. We get this W reset from the Q with the E, dead, and then Paytime is just dead because they overextend. Good reaction. I was talking about this last game with Yubi. One of the best things that utility monster does is that he does very good reactions and counter ganks. Good counter gank by Hisme and Shadows, I believe. Yeah, Diana. So far, the only good play that TAS has made, unfortunately. But to reiterate the point, yes, TAS are so. I love speaking to TAS. They're very nice people. They're always in a good mood, always laughing. I unfortunately I am not a Vietnamese speaker, but I talk to Gua because I always say his name slightly incorrectly, and it makes me so mad because I get so close every time.
Gua.
Gua.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think most players have kind of just accepted like the English like phonetic assumption for how to say people's names. Like the weird names are names like Lights, where I thought it was Litz at first. But anyway, Beshiwap going on to a gank onto Gua. He's all by himself. PC Vita and Aliot are all here. This is gonna just be a dead Gua. Beshiwap kind of taunting them a little bit, getting some laughs out of the FEC members, but that's gonna be a quick Rift Herald over to FEC for free, and they're gonna be able to break down another lane shortly after. But yeah, I agree with you. Oh, sorry, go on.
Fortunately, board Gua has overextended, I think, what, three times, and he has been punished for it every single time.
According to the scoreboard, 5 times.
Has he overextended 5 times?
I don't know, he has 5 deaths.
Whatever. I'm just going to assume that my boss, Director Chris, is actually not Director Chris. You're King Chris. Yeah, you're King Chris, Producer Chris.
Okay. You're too kind. K1 actually going to get caught up. PC Vita. PC Vita has been everywhere, just making sure him and Beshiwap can just take free kills. That's going to be Gnar going down. K1 dives to the Lissandra. PC Vita get another kill, and FEC is just unstoppable right now. This is going to be such a hard game for the rest of TAS to try to come back in, and maybe they can accept their fate, or maybe they can. I mean, TAS has always been a team that refuses to just die. So I'm sure they're gonna keep playing their hearts out until the game's over. But yeah, like you were saying before, yeah, that one move by TAS to send everyone to the top lane the moment Paytime appeared there, probably smart. In exchange though, they lose a couple of waves and bot tower for it.
As they're just for funny in the top lane, I appreciate it, boys. The disrespect, of course. Your boy Fang over Fang will only appreciate disrespect, man.
Sure. On boat, getting picked off by Beshiwap. That's going to be a nice flash from him. There's going to be a knockup, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Hisme tries to get a Q onto someone. Shadows is in the corner right now, hiding in the shadows, hiding in the name. Beshiwap walking out perfectly fine. The rest of FEC just going to back off. and both side lanes are going to experience a lot of pressure now.
Unfortunately, this is going to be just. I think this is a win or a win that you're very, very happy with, but a loss that you just throw out the window. I don't think there's much that you can learn from this because everything is going wrong. As Wukong is going to escape from this, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a full 4-man engage onto Gua, or onto Reggie's. Gua decides to opt in for the ulti. A TP coming out of FEC. This is a 2v4 situation, and they're currently winning 3v4 now that PC Vita has arrived. Reggie's has to flash out. There's going to be a TP coming from K1. He's mega right now. There's a chance he can actually turn this fight. Let's see if he does it. Nice ulti. Beshiwap, I don't know if he has passive. He does have passive, which means no kill comes for TAS, and that's going to be a flash forward from Paytime for the ace. 23-2. 10k, over 10k gold lead. There's not even a Baron that's up yet for FEC to take, so they're just gonna push up this top side.
Yeah, this is how it would look if me and Chris Sunger was playing basketball together. I'm just dunking on him. I'm just crossing him over, breaking his ankles, and he currently cannot get a single point off. You know.
Oh my goodness. I'm not much of a basketball man myself. But I know Burstlim, my brother and Sword Blue, they play a lot of basketball together. You can hit them up.
Do they?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Burstlim was huge into basketball when he was younger. Mostly because like our parents forced him and all that. You know how it is.
They forced him to play basketball?
Yeah.
That's an odd sport to be forced to play. Usually it's like soccer or something.
Oh, we got forced into a whole lot of things, like music lessons, violin, piano lessons, stuff like that. Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. The whole parenting. Gotta open up opportunities and try out other things. Stuff like that.
All worked out. We forced Chris to make FOF. Me and my boy Kevin Antunes is forcing him to make a Rocket League tournament. We're forced to do season 4. It's unfortunate for you, man.
Yeah, my parents definitely didn't force me to grind anything like making this or art in general. They wanted me to be a nurse. So just add that to the disappointment list for today's games because we also lost today. But
it all worked out. This is Chris's shonen anime story. This is how I became the main character. This is how I became the Hokage of the FOF.
Nah. Nah. I think Friend or Foe is it's really fun, and I'm glad we can make it, and hopefully I can make more because I know there's surprisingly a little bit of a leak for anyone watching. There's surprisingly a crap ton of teams that have already pre-signed up for season 4, even though there's no details on season 4 whatsoever. So there's all these talks about making bigger league, new leagues, 2 or 3 leagues or something like that. K1ZZ gonna get picked off by PC Vita again. There's no mega for him. Perfect rotation of spells from PC to make that kill go through, but he was already so strong, so ahead. I'm not sure if it mattered. Gua is now on the defense, trying to kite back away, but Reggie's is a little too strong. Shadows is here for his support, but Reggie's Onbo is here too. Beshiwap is here to support Reggie's actually, so if this becomes a full 2v3, we saw it happen before, but there's no way TAS wins this unless they get an ulti like that, but I don't think it matters. FEC is too strong, the rest of them are here. Reggie's takes them down. Beshiwap is unstoppable. This should be it. This should be the game. If FEC is as clean as I think they are, okay, nice. Nice kill onto him. That's going to be the game. This is going to be the shortest game of the night. Way to keep us on schedule, FEC. Nice TP disrespect from Reggie's, but K1ZZ are the only man alive. I don't know if you're going to be able to defend this. Team FEC looking strong, taking down the Nexus. They might go for the KDAs. K1 flashes to keep him alive. Make sure that his KDA is not that ruined. Never mind, he's dead. But that means Beshiwap also dies to the fountain. Wait, the rest of TAS is up. Never mind, doesn't matter. FEC, take down Team Astor.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap this game up with a metaphor, okay?
Okay.
This game was like watching John Cena wrestle 10 preschoolers, right?
Okay.
He was just slamming on them, right? He's pile driving them down. He's jumping on the ropes. He's double scissor kicking.
Yep.
They didn't even get a punch in, unfortunately. They got 2 punch in from Team Asterith, who are my boys. I don't want to flame them too hard. I'll say they're I'm not really big into wrestling. I'll say they're Jake Paul, okay?
Okay.
They're Jake Paul.
Let's, okay. Here, let's choose your words carefully in the next few seconds, but go on.
They're Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
And FEC was just the entire internet community, right?
Yeah.
They're just beating down on this poor guy, right?
Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying. Let me stop.
You're saying anymore, man. FEC played great. It was dope. TAS, unfortunately for them, that means saying goodbye to them regardless. They do have a match tomorrow, but it does mean they're not moving forward into the playoff stage. That means the top 6 have been secured after this loss from TAS. So Sword has nothing to worry about. Whether they win or lose tomorrow, it doesn't matter. They can still secure 6. I don't know if they can secure higher, but I'm sure stats will tell us. But yeah, thoughts on FEC going into this game. Obviously, there were substitutes going on because graduation. Yes, go to your graduation, all that stuff. But thoughts on these subs on their debut here?
I think this was a huge stomp by FEC. I think FEC is actually one of the most underrated teams in all of Heroic, to be honest with you. Of course, they are one of the only 2 teams that's ever taken a game off UB when the qualifiers.
Right.
FEC is a new kid on the block. There's a lot of new kids taking over FOF.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. Not gonna lie.
I feel like an old man, man. Like, are you feeling like
I've
old?
been doing
Like,
this for 2 whole seasons.
yeah, my
Back in my
back
day,
hurts.
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
back hurts. I'm
exactly.
carrying the entire caster desk.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah, these subs played great. Eliot, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry if he's watching. Played great on the Braum. That level 1 was really close if he landed that Q onto Gua, or that level 2, sorry. PC Vita, amazing on that Lissandra, and then Reggie's over up on the Wukong. Played phenomenally. Congratulations to FEC on the win, and congratulations to FEC's high schoolers who just graduated. So congrats to you guys. You're going on to college. Adult life sucks. Let's move on. We're gonna have an
Agreed.
interview shortly with, I believe, FEC Paytime. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for us on the casting desk. So take a look at the interview. After the interview will be a short lounge where we'll discuss some of the games, and see you guys there. Thank you so much.
For example,
What makes you an exception?
folks, Chris Edgeworth here with the final interview of the day. I am joined by the victorious Paytime, cosplaying as a bot laner this game. How are you feeling after the win?
Feeling pretty good, man. It was a fun game. It was a fun game.
Yeah, that was a banger. No two ways about it. It was just kind of a diff up and down the roster. Well played on your part. Let's talk a little bit about what you guys were pulling out on the draft aspect. What was the thoughts on what you guys are bringing into this game, especially since you're fielding so many substitutes yourself?
Yeah, 100%. We did not plan to not use one of our bands. I kind of just forgot we were red side, to be honest. But in terms of the actual draft, I actually remembered that they pick Yasuo first really often, so we were ready for that. We came out with the Wukong pick, and we just wanted to pick a lot of CC around that. And then I knew coming into this that I was ADCing, and I knew as long as we had like a good front line to combat their Yasuo comp, it wouldn't really matter what was gonna happen. So yeah, it was kind of just like pick Wukong, let everything else settle into place.
Well, with Wukong coming in on the top lane, it was not your Wukong, so you are on the Triss duty. You actually executed incredibly well in that game. What was it like transitioning onto the opposite side of the map and just sort of playing this game out?
Well, I played ADC when I first joined this team, so like kind of coming back to it, it wasn't really like that big of a deal. I just knew that with the bans of Galio, Thresh, and Leona coming into the second phase, and they also banned Vayne. I knew that like Alistar was kind of the premier, engage champion, considering they already had Gnar, Yasuo, and Lee Sin. I picked the Triss solely to ult his combo, but didn't really need that throughout the game. We were more playing forward than we were preparing for their engage. But yeah, it was a pretty smooth transition back. Got to play with one of my longtime friends, the Braum, named Sam. It's Elliot with an A, by the way, for people who were confused on how to say it. Yeah, we basically just like had a really easy transition to kind of just playing with a laning partner that I've played with for a really long time. And then, we were really happy with how the draft came out. So everything was just really smooth.
One thing I want to point out is not only the Wukong has been proven to be exceptionally strong here, especially in the coordinated play here in Friend or Foe, but with the new jungle changes, Zach was 100% someone that I had on my radar as someone that we should expect to see back with the subtle changes that were made to camp respawn timers. Allows you to buy time for champions like Zach that like to chill and wait for the right time to get their E off. But also the Lissandra. This is a champion that I think is incredibly undervalued against the composition that you guys were up against. Has nothing but value against them, but it also is incredibly good. Not just in shutting down engages, but also just being able to counter it. Just put that on yourself and just be like, well, thanks for catching me, but I'm chilling. So pulling that out for the mid lane pick on this, I think, was incredibly nice. Really love what you guys were doing. Now, let's talk a little bit about your matchup tomorrow, which looks to be incredibly formidable. You're against the rising power of Team Spear. What are your thoughts on this matchup as you guys get prepared for matchups in the playoffs?
I haven't really done too much research on our next opponent, to be honest. I'll probably be doing that tonight. I'm not really like thinking too hard about it. Just gotta make sure we integrate our subs a little bit more. They're kind of our like academy team. We kind of like crush them every time we play them in scrims. So especially this guy PC Vita, he only plays Lissandra, and like that's the only champion he's really good at. So we just got to make sure that they're ready for tomorrow, and that's really going to be our focus. Just kind of drafting around them and making sure they're comfortable. All
right. Well, it sounds like a little bit of a dare for your matchup tomorrow. It's like, what can people do against the all sub matchup? What can they learn from you guys as you get ready to head into playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out tomorrow. I do wish you guys good luck with the matchup tomorrow, fielding the subs, and of course, wishing you luck as you head into the playoffs. So, Paytime, thanks so much for joining us for this final interview of the day. Do you have any thoughts for us before we step away to the lounge?
I just want to say shout out to the subs, man. They played really well today. Wasn't really expecting that. Definitely came to this game respecting what TAS had to offer, and I think we just executed really well. So good on them. Excited to play tomorrow's games and head into playoffs.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us for this interview, Paytime. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will be right back with the FOF Lounge.